Welcome to No Apologies on Beck, where we are unafraid to speak the truth. I'm your host, Rick Becker, our co-host, Lori Hintz.
Hi there.
I'm not fond of that graphic that comes up initially and talks about
It's kind of a disclaimer. I know about that.
And then the sudden transition to the intro
intro
song. I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. My jury's still out here too.
No likey. No likey.
And you know what? We're making no apologies because that's what this show is all about. So there you have it.
Right. Exactly.
So today must
tonight.
have been an interesting day.
Today was interesting. So today was the first day back in session after crossover, after having a few days off. And I had two bills that I presented to Senate. We heard bills in the committees I'm in from the Senate, so on and so forth. We voted on a few bills, and of course the overriding energy in the chamber was all about the questions with regard to Representative Simons.
Sure.
So very interesting day. Mm-hmm. First, though, I want to talk about some of the bills that we voted on. They were resolutions.
Okay.
So they're a holdover because we can do resolutions a little bit later than regular bills. And I thought the 3 out of the 4 that we covered today would have some interest to our viewers.
Very good.
The first one is House Concurrent Resolution 3005. And this one is a statement, and it says that the members of the Legislative Assembly may convene at a time designated by legislative management, which is a committee of legislators, for up to 20 days to consider bills or items vetoed by the governor after adjournment of a session or a special session. And then it goes down further. It says, in a reconvened session to consider a vetoed bill or item to address an emergency or other situation may not be counted as part of the 80 natural days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this passed 78 to 13.
It did. So overwhelming support.
And I voted no.
You did.
I didn't get up and stand up and talk about it. I just kind of thought that many others would have the same sentiment, but I guess I should have. The thing is, I understand the need and the benefit of being able to go back in and do vetoes, address vetoes that the governor has made to see if we want to override them, to do things that are emergent in nature. These things have always been the situation for the legislature.
Right.
What you do is not use up all of your 80 days.
Right.
You say you hold some days in reserve and then you use those.
So this is an extension of another 20 days. That's a lot of extra days.
This is a cheap way to get a bunch more days. In our Constitution, it says 80 days. Here, by law, they're just saying, well, we're going to keep doing more, but they're not going to count toward the 80 days. I'm not sure about the constitutionality of that. We're already doing it a little bit because we went in and counted 1 day on the first day.
Right.
We didn't gavel in on the floor, but we did committee work for days 2 and 3.
So you got a little extra days, right?
So day 4 was actually day 2.
Got it.
So we did this last session too. We cheat by 2 days. So the taxpayers of North Dakota are paying for 82 days at least. In this circumstance, this is just the lid is off. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we should say no to the annual sessions, because you add this onto the annual sessions and you're talking, next thing you know, it's a full-time legislature.
Yep, that's about it. That's what it sounds like. Wow, I'm very surprised by that. So the thinking was that if they could do that, they could get more work done. But you know what? What is the 80 days for?
Right.
All right, sorry.
And I mean, I understand it. And it's a struggle sometimes to try and not use up all your days so you have days in reserve.
Yeah, but it forces you to be disciplined, does it not?
Exactly.
So, okay.
Next up was House Concurrent Resolution 3033. 3033, and this one was interesting. It got it's to go to the Secretary of State, to send to the President of the United States, so on and so forth. And it is about having an Article 5 constitutional amendment convention.
Wow.
Okay, and it is to put term limits on senators and congressmen.
Okay.
And the idea of term limits is very popular. Voters like the idea. I actually voted against this.
You did? That's
Yes.
the second one you voted against.
And I voted against it because I used to be very much in favor of term limits for those guys. And then I was at the mock convention of states, where 3 people from every state in the union went, and we went through what it would be like to have a convention of states. And what I learned, and I was on the committee to devise an amendment to put term limits. What I found was it's virtually impossible to have something people will agree on. Furthermore, what I've determined is that the solution to a lot of our problems is not term limits,
Right.
it's respecting the 10th Amendment. Because if we respect state sovereignty and the 10th Amendment, it doesn't matter if there's a handful of people that are there for 30 or 40 years. Let them be accountable to their voters. I think that's it failed. I was surprised.
It did?
It failed 26 to 45.
Wow.
Yep.
Were there that many people absent? 26 to 45 seems like a very small amount of number for the House of Representatives.
It does. Maybe I got that wrong.
I don't know. I'm just trying to do the math there.
That is
Sorry.
wait, we're going to get back to you. I'm going to look that up. Why 26 to 45?
Okay.
You know, that's why you're the co-host.
No, sorry.
Keep me in line. The next one is House Concurrent Resolution 3020.
Okay.
Okay. This one states basically that declares the state will obey only the federal laws, agency rules, or presidential executive orders the state determines to be constitutional.
That sounds good to me.
It sounds great.
It sounds like a really good plan. We just do us. Let's do North Dakota.
This is the answer. If all the states did stuff like this,
right?
this is
We'd
the
be
answer.
good, right? We'd be protected from the EOs.
The vote on this, I voted yes.
You did?
Of course.
Yes, of course.
The vote on this was 46 to 45.
Really?
Now keep in mind, remember what I told you, for a bill to pass, it has to have 48.
Right.
A majority of the members elected. A resolution, which
Only
is
has
not
to
a
have a simple
constitutional
majority,
resolution,
right?
is a simple majority of the members present.
Oh, wow. So squeaked by one vote.
Squeaked by 46 to 45. That's going through. I'm sure the Senate will kill it.
Oh, come on.
But it squeaked by.
Why is the Senate going to kill it? We're not going to let the Senate kill it. Talk to your senators. What's the number again? Give us the number again. It is
The number is 3020.
3020.
3020, House
3020.
Concurrent
Talk to your
Resolution.
senators right now. Do not let them kill the good stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the other thing is going back to Representative Simon. So there's a whole crap show going on out there, and I haven't been talking about it. I'm not going to really talk about it tonight. There is a resolution being put forward by the leadership in the House, something to deal with Representative Simons. It could be...
You mean they haven't declared what it is and disclosed what it is? Is this
No.
going to be a surprise?
Exactly.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes. So I agree with you.
Just saying.
I agree with you. Okay. So several people have said they are expecting it to be a resolution for expulsion, where he would be kicked out of the House.
Has he had any due process whatsoever?
He's not had any due process, and that's my number one complaint.
Okay.
He has not had any due process.
That
Furthermore, I looked up in Mason's manual, in section 562, subsection 4, it says specifically, in order to expel a member of the House, you must give advance notice, have a hearing, allow cross-examination by the accused to the accusers.
You would think.
All of these things are required for expulsion. North Dakota, as far as I know, has never had an expelled member. Never.
Ever.
Out of all the crap that legislators have done over the last 100 and whatever years we've been a state,
Think about how much there is.
many, many states have never expelled a member. We're talking, this is for serious, serious stuff. And I don't know what they're going to, I mean, moments before we started the show tonight, I got an email. I popped up and I see that it's some letters of support saying, yeah, you know, I felt harassed by Representative Simons or this or that. It's lending support. This is good. This is
You mean
a crap
like
show.
just lame piling on because it's the thing to
Right.
do? This is unbelievable.
Right. If you have the complaints, the formal incidents
Right.
that have been lodged as a formal complaint against Representative Simons, then what are those? Not like, hey, we think that he's a bad guy, and so to lend credence to that support, we're getting a bunch of people to write letters. That's not an incident which merits expulsion from the House. That is not only not the proper due process for Representative Simons, it's not the proper due process for the people in the district he represents.
Something else is going on.
Well,
There's something else going
So-
on. There's obvious.
now
I mean, it's
listen,
obvious.
it's going to be aired live on Beck tomorrow
Okay.
at 1 o'clock, so you might want to watch that. You can also check out the legislative website to see what's happening there. But I will be there, and what am I going to do? I don't know, because I don't know what the damn resolution is.
I can't believe that they haven't even disclosed anything. That seems really untoward.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's absolutely wrong.
Okay, all right. We're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit, very briefly, about today's designation as Star Spangled Banner National Anthem Day, and then we're going to talk about a very serious subject after that. Be with us. Stay here.
Respect, innovation, trust, and excellence. These core values can be seen in every building built by Straightway Construction. In the community for over 15 years, Straightway Construction has become the premier construction company for commercial projects. From dirt to design and framing to finish, Straightway Construction is your #1 choice. You won't have to look far to find a project that has that Straightway touch. Call them today or go online to straightwayconstruction.com and let them make your vision a reality.
Hi, I'm Dennis Haugen, along with my sons Andy and Mike, and we're showing our support for wind energy in North Dakota.
Wind energy has provided farmers like us with a steady stream of income that's not tied to the weather like crops and cattle are.
Another bonus is that wind farm owners are required to maintain the roads leading up to the turbines. Because of that, oftentimes these roads are the best in the county. Wind energy is good for landowners, it's good for the land, it's good for our economy, and it's good for North Dakota.
There's nothing more important than family. And at Prairie Rose Family Dentists, we get it. That's why we have more locations, more dentists, specialists, extended hours, pediatric clinics, and even emergency appointments, so you can always be seen. Book your appointment today at prairierosedentist.com. Prairie Rose Family Dentists. We are family.
40 years ago, Aero Service Team started with one truck and lots of hard work.
Times may have changed, but the hard work that we put in to get your lives back in order after a fire, water, and disaster hasn't.
Over the years, we've seen so many families lose their belongings due to water and fire damage. Restoring homes back to the original state has made every hour of hard work well worth it.
Thank you for trusting our family with yours.
When disaster strikes, you only have to make one call. Aero Service Team does it all.
Pub 21, your one stop for fun, drinks, and food. Our spacious facility provides COVID-safe fun for you and all your friends. With nightly bingo and specials, you can be sure there's something to do for everyone. If you're staying in for the night, we've got you covered just across the way with Pub 21 Liquor. We have a wide variety of options, from wine to whiskey and everything in between. Stop in today at 1014 South 12th Street in Bismarck to see what all the buzz is about. You won't be disappointed.
We are back. It's No Apologies on Beck. So we had the update on what's happening in the legislature. A lot more tomorrow. But
okay, so today happens to be National Anthem Day, and it was in 1931, it was 90 years ago today that the Star Spangled Banner officially became the national anthem of the United States. So I'm going to do a little quick pop quiz for you. What singer hit the top 40 with their version of the national anthem? These are your choices: Elvis, Presley, Whitney Houston, or Celine Dion?
Whitney Houston.
Bingo. All right, and what rock star performed an iconic version of the anthem at Woodstock? Eric Clapton, Janis Joplin, or Jimi Hendrix?
Woodstock. Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix. All right, exactly. So, okay, so happy National Anthem Day to you today.
Well, thank you. And along with National Anthem Day, I've got my own anthem that I'm supporting. This is a book by Ayn Rand. And for those of you that saw that we have Atlas Shrugged here by Ayn Rand on the table, if it looks a little too daunting, and it's not a super easy, fast read, try Anthem, super fast read and very enjoyable. You get slapped in the face with the general philosophy, but that's okay.
But at least it's a little shorter.
And little tidbit, Rush 2112, their album 2112, one side of the album is basically the story of Anthem from start to finish.
Wow. Very, very cool.
Yeah. Did you get a good look at that?
I think
it was
so.
on
I
long
saw
enough,
it
yeah.
there. Oh, there. That's what was going on. They were
There you
trying to
go.
get that set up. Got it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a really serious subject here today. The deal is that it keeps kind of smacking me in the face. I've seen this on Facebook. It just does. It's one of those topics that I think so few people are talking about. And there is an isolation kills movement, hashtag isolation kills. And you're thinking, isolation kills, what are you talking about? Well, we're talking about long-term care people. The folks who have been in long-term care have been isolated for so long now that it's actually at the point where I purposely think that it's actually cruel. I actually think that it's actually cruel. There are 218 North Dakota facilities, long-term care facilities, and 28 of them still do not allow visitation based on fear and nervous things about COVID numbers. 28 different facilities where people are still not allowed to be with their loved ones. People in dementia units particularly are really confused, and they're being tortured in a way because they simply don't understand what's going on. They can't understand, they can't be with their people, and it's just cruel.
Absolutely is.
So the deal is that there is a Facebook group, and they are an amazing group, and their names are the North Dakota Advocates for Residents in Long-Term Care. And they have, as you can see on the screen, they have an Isolation Kills event coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the lockdowns. Yes, 1 year is coming up very shortly here. And Friday, March 12th at 11 a.m. at the Capitol, there will be a walk with families, and it's for the family advocacy group, but it's for everybody. And this group includes 600 families statewide. SB 2145 is an essential caregiver bill. It's a bipartisan effort to to allow residents a designated caregiver. Give them a caregiver, give them a person to whom they can actually have physical touch. And it passed unanimously in the Senate. Now it's going to a House committee for crossover. So be watching SB 2145 on that one. This event marks this 1-year anniversary, and they will have speakers there. They have North Dakota Advocates for Residents in Long-Term Care. The state ombudsman, Carla Backman, will be there. Also, Republican Senator Kristen Roars, who is the carrier of the Senate Bill 2145, and many, many families of long-term care residents, too. Residents were not consulted when all of a sudden this lockdown went on. And as my husband likes to say, they're adults. They are adults. So anyway, if given the choice when asked, I think most have communicated that they would much prefer to be with their family, take the risk, and live their lives rather than die in isolation. I just think it's astounding.
I pulled up a little video that I did on June 1st, obviously, of last year.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Because it was shocking to me how little care we seemingly had for these people. I mean, yes, there was the compassion was there, but it didn't change that we said, nope, this is what we're doing. So why don't you play? It's a short clip. We'll play that.
I'd like to know why these poor old folks sitting in a nursing home can't have their loved ones visit them for months now, for months, because of this scare. Why not allow them to have the choice? How many people are going to die in nursing homes over these preceding 3-4 months and the upcoming 3-4 months and have died without having touched their loved ones for the last 6 months? Let's get a grip. Let's get a handle on this and show some common sense. Lift the damn executive orders entirely. Let people make the decisions that they need to make. Let the nursing homes make the decisions they need to make.
So good. You're exactly right. I mean, it's just cruel.
Well, and back then when I said the upcoming 3-4 months, I was thinking maybe that was it, max. Now here we are.
A year.
Yeah.
It's a year.
9 months from the time I made the video, which is now a year since they've been on lockdown. It's pathetic.
There have been some articles way back from even a year ago to now, and there are just a few of them that you can find. But I love this this North Dakota group that is actually bringing this out. They're North Dakota Advocates for Residents in Long-Term Care. And so I contacted them, and they've given me a couple of these articles. And these are a few articles that you may want to read just to give you perspective. And just, it's in the New York Times, for heaven's sake. And we are going to keep you safe even if it kills your spirit. And I dare say that that is what has actually happened. More than 90,000 of the nation's long-term care residents have died during this. And I have to ask, why? Why are all of these residents dying? You're putting COVID patients into nursing homes. Is this purposeful? I've got to ask. I gotta know. I gotta ask the question, what's going on?
Right. I mean, it may be purposeful in New York. It's not going to be purposeful. The problem is that it's not being intentional doesn't mean that it's not negligent.
Exactly.
And that's the issue here. We in medicine, we talk about failure to thrive a lot of times with neonates, with little brand new babies that they're not, for whatever reason. Sometimes it's because there's no maternal contact or what have you. But they've been using this term for the elderly who are sitting in their nursing homes with no stimulation, with no loved ones present. It's shockingly sad, and it's an embarrassment that we let this go on. It's an embarrassment that the policies employed by our state government caused this to happen.
It is. It's just shameful.
COVID didn't cause this.
No.
COVID didn't cause this.
No.
The government
caused this. No, 100% I agree with you, too. There was another article, too, did we get both of them? Okay, so this one, the staggering heartless cruelty toward the elderly. Just the pure neglect of this is just astounding to me, too. If you think about the amount of time that people are spending on their own. Family caregivers have generally been excluded from high priority vaccination lists, so they've been denied affirmation of essential. Also, the American system of dementia care is totally broken at this point, sustained by feeble networks of unpaid family caregivers and underpaid high turnover labor that'll further strain the population as they skew older. And already the system is hugely expensive with an annual national cost of roughly $300 billion. I mean, these are some of the stats that you will find in these articles, and you need to do your research, folks, and please get involved. If you feel like you want to, search out on Facebook that group, go to the march that's coming up and show, if you have family members who are incarcerated, please walk on the 12th.
Yep.
So.
Excellent. I'm glad you brought that topic up.
It just really pains me. It makes my heart just break.
Yep.
Okay,
next up, special guest Dennis Beck, and we are going to talk about a Wall of Honor. Wall of Honor.
Jeez, what a mess. Look at that. There's roof stuff everywhere. It's so embarrassing. Ruins the neighborhood. Come on, humans. Let's get this fixed.
Don't let your roof go to the dogs. Call America's Best Contractors for your free estimate.
Need a new woof?
After checking with the rest, go with the best. America's Best Contractors. 258-2412. Online at americasbestcontractorsincorporated.com.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Beck Communications is hiring. Beck Communications is seeking qualified candidates for plant technicians in our Wheatland, North Dakota location. Beck Communications is an equal opportunity employer. To view the job details, visit www.beck.coop. To apply, email your cover letter and resume to careers@bechtel.coop. Beck Communications, making connections that matter.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car! How will we? The car! Your offer's been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing. But how will we? The closing!
The experienced professionals at Superior Glass provide residential and commercial glass installation and repair services in central and western North Dakota. Superior Glass is your source for stained glass projects, mirrors, windows, touchless, and automated entry solutions. Stop by and see us at 3323 East Broadway in Bismarck or call us at 701-258-5600. Superior Glass, where you get superior service for less. Bye for now.
We're back. No apologies on Beck. Your after hours oasis of sanity.
I know, it was super cool, wasn't it? Now, the very cool thing about tonight's show is we're doing a lot of local stuff right off the bat. Boom, boom, boom. Talking about things that are from North Dakota and particularly even Bismarck today. And with us, very happy to have him with us, is Dennis Beck. Now, the cool thing about this dude is he is a liaison. You're the veteran liaison for Wall of Honor.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, let's explain what Wall of Honor is for those who do not know.
Okay, the Wall of Honor is a digital billboard that basically is going to be placed throughout the state of North Dakota. We're in banks, airports, taverns, restaurants, veterans organizations, of course. We're in VA hospitals and clinics. And
so people may have seen these, in other words. People may have seen them already around wherever they live.
Yeah, we have 40 of them placed right now to date. And our goal is to be at 100 by the end of this year.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it seems like this would be a way to be able to honor our veterans, and that's the whole point, I'm assuming.
That is the whole point, to honor current and past veterans that have served the country. We're also honoring first responders. We're honoring local policemen, firefighters, highway patrol. And it's just basically honoring people that serve their community, serve their country, and give more than what is expected.
That's wonderful. So there is a very big event coming up, and this is actually tomorrow at noon at the North Dakota State Capitol, the Great Hall.
That's right. And what we're doing there is we are going to honor current legislators who have served in the military, basically anywhere from 2 to 40 years. And there's going to be 27, and it's going to be an unveiling. And we have Major General retired Michael Haugen as our honorary spokesperson.
Excellent.
And he's going to be speaking as well. It's going to be a great event.
So is it open to the public too, and everybody can come, or is it COVID? I caught you, didn't I?
Yeah, yes.
I got you. It looks like deer in the headlights. I'm
not
really sure.
But yeah.
Okay, so wait, I actually have the list
of
them too, which is kind of cool. There are 10 senators and there are 17 representatives. That is a large portion of people.
Absolutely, yes. Continuing their service.
Right.
To the, yeah.
Well, that's what. Do you want me to read them?
Go for it.
Okay, I can read it. Senator David Hogue, Senator Jerry Klein, Senator Doug Larson, Senator Richard Marcellet. Did I say his name right?
Yes.
Okay. And Don Shively, Senator Sean Vida, and then Senator Mike Wabama and Brad Beckadal, who is here. Also Senator Dave Clemens, who has also been here, and Senator Robert Force. And with the representatives, Mike Brandenburg, Jason Doctor, Ron Gugesberg, also Pat Heinert, Matt Ruby, Wayne Trottier, Bill Twite, and Greg Wistland, Dennis Johnson, Jim Casper, who has been here also, right?
Yep.
George Kaiser, Larry Clemene, Lawrence Clemene, Andrew Marshall, Bob Martinson, Mark Owens, Bob Paulson, and Todd Porter. So That is a great group of fellas right there. That is amazing. There are no women on this list.
There are not.
We have. I wonder if there are any within the House or of Representatives or in the. All right. So anyway, apparently not, because they would be being honored right now too. So I wanted to ask a little bit about not only the displays. And let's show what the displays look like so that you can see here. We've got a couple of pictures of them here. This is one that do you know where this is placed necessarily, or?
This is going to be all throughout the state of North Dakota. It's going to be honoring not only a former guardsman, but obviously a police officer killed in the line of duty. So,
now are these on displays that are already present, or
these are present,
okay.
presently monitoring?
But are the displays put up for the purpose of this, or are you utilizing displays that are existing and are now being utilized for this purpose?
It's mostly utilized for this purpose.
Okay.
We do use some existing, but the content needs to stay on this playlist all the time.
Gotcha.
And what makes the Wall of Honor unique is everyone is serial numbered, and we can change each and every one according to who we want to honor, what we want to, if we want a Pearl Harbor Day, if we want a Veterans Day theme, so we can change them out continuously. They're connected to the internet.
Gotcha.
So
Well, that's pretty
Wonderful.
cool.
So talk about the organization a little bit. Now this, I understand that the donor for this, that started this one at the Capitol, is anonymous.
That's correct. Anonymous veteran, Vietnam vet, who basically started the program and got it off the ground financially. And we're working on basically getting it going and then hopefully support itself as we continue to grow and get sponsorship and donations.
Can you talk a little bit about the organization too? Is there a way that people can get involved if they wanted to donate for this cause, or suggest a place perhaps where they would like to see another one of these screens? Or
Yes, absolutely. So basically just go to the www.thewallofhonor.org.
Okay.
And we've got, not only are we looking for new content, we're always looking for new veterans and new people that have served in the military. And we had a story here about 2 weeks ago where a story ran in the Minot Daily News, and a family reached out to us where their dad had served in the World War II, and they basically sponsored a screen at Homesteaders Restaurant in Minot, and so we're putting that up in 2 weeks.
Oh, how exciting. Well, the goal is 100, you said, correct?
It is.
And you have 40 now?
We have 40.
So this big event tomorrow is just kind of bringing awareness, I'm assuming, but also this is going to have one at the Capitol.
It's going to be on display at the Capitol for 29 days, and the reason we're doing this is to basically, our goal is to get into every single county in the state of North Dakota, and basically to help grow it.
Well, this is a very, very generous state. I mean, as is evidenced by a couple of things. I mean, we have a very prolific National Guard and very, very people, but we also have a really big Giving Hearts Day that we do every year, but this would be a great opportunity for people to get involved and help out.
Absolutely. It's a 501c3, and it's just a great thing to be a part of. Interestingly enough, North Dakota happens to lead the country in per capita membership in the military.
Knew that.
So, yes,
That's great.
It's perfect.
It is. It's perfect. Well, what a wonderful way to honor our heroes. It's called Wall of Honor, and the event is going on at, is it noon tomorrow?
It's at noon at the Capitol.
At the Capitol.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you very much, Dennis, for coming in and talking to us. And there is the site. You can go look for that, Wall of Honor. Was it wallofhonor.com? I had it written down. I don't have
.org.
.org, that's right. Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on here. All right. When we come back, we are going to go into some nourishment for your brain with a little brain food.
Howdy, folks. It's a Caroline Cafe. I reckon it's time you'll do for a hearty meal. So saddle up for the day with one of our Hey Bossin' breakfast homemade soups. Fill your grill at a salad bar. Sink your teeth into our famous Caroline burger and barbecue ribs. Top it off with spoon rattling pie with a calm roll that's sure to put a smile on even the toughest outlaws. Shake the dirt off the boots each night and warm up with the gang. Tell them about it, Stacy.
I can't wait to see you at the county line.
Since opening in Hebron in 1940, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your hometown bank. Our mission has been to provide modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. We've grown with the communities we serve through year-round events, countless sponsorships, and nearly 7,000 hours of volunteering each year. Learn more about our 80-year history at dakotacommunitybank.com.
Respect, innovation, trust, and excellence. These core values can be seen in every building built by Straightway Construction. In the community for over 15 years, Straightway Construction has become the premier construction company for commercial projects. From dirt to design and framing to finish, Straightway Construction is your #1 choice. You won't have to look far to find a project that has that Straightway touch. Call them today or go online to straightwayconstruction.com and let them make your vision a reality.
Jeez, what a mess. Look at that. There's roof stuff everywhere. It's so embarrassing. Ruins the neighborhood. Come on, humans. Let's get this fixed.
Don't let your roof go to the dogs. Call America's Best Contractors for your free estimate.
Need a new woof?
After checking with the rest, go with the best. America's Best Contractors. 258-2412. Online at americasbestcontractorsincorporated.com.
When you can't find answers to your recurring health challenges, it can feel like your health and your future are being held hostage. The Wellness Way is a network of health restoration clinics that think and act differently to solve the health challenges others can't. Here, we disrupt the standard approach to care through a combination of testing, individual plans, and one-on-one guidance, putting your health and your future where they belong, in your own hands.
We're back. No apologies on Beck, and I have an update.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not 26 to 45, as you so astutely pointed out.
I don't know. I know there are 47 districts and you have 2, and that means 94, so I was really confused about the math. So.
Well, there were 3 missing, but it was 26 to 65. So this is that House Concurrent Resolution 33
Good correction.
with the term limits.
In real time.
That was the shocker. But yeah, it still failed with only 26 yes votes.
Wow, wow. Interesting stuff. Well, our brain food tonight is very interesting. It is a little weird on my part, so we'll see how normal yours is for a change. Let's see. Okay, my very first one is a word. A viewer used this word in a social media post on our page, and so we thought, all right, well, I thought I would use it, and it is degenerate. So somebody mentioned the degenerates on a previous show. You may have seen it when we were doing a mailbag, and so I thought, okay, let's go look at it. Not only is this word very interesting, it can be used as an adjective, as a verb, or as a noun. As far as I remember, this is the first time I've ever seen all 3 different things. So it can be used as an adjective to mean things like decadent or overripe or washed up. It can be as a verb to mean like atrophy or devolve or rot or sink, or as a noun, a backslider, a deviate, a perv, a pervert, a rake. That is as a noun. So it's really interesting that it's got completely different meanings. The first one means basically degraded as an adjective, and then the other one is as an intransitive verb. It means, here's some of these sentences: deteriorate. Her fixed, mysterious smile degenerated into a fatuous stare. I love the word fatuous also, by the way. To sink to a low intellectual or moral state. And then it can be used in biology as well to evolve or develop into a less autonomous or less functionally active form. Means to degenerate rather than degenerate.
Okay.
And then as a noun, of course, asexual pervert.
Gotcha.
It's a really interesting word. So many different uses. So, all right.
All right. So mine is Charles Ponzi. Charles Ponzi. You've probably heard of Ponzi scheme. Yes.
Yep.
So Charles Ponzi was born on this day in 1882.
He looks kind of like a nice fellow.
Yeah,
nice enough
that's
fellow.
probably he was a bit of a scoundrel. So the Ponzi scheme is something that obviously is named after this guy, and it was a particular scheme. He was a guy that was always looking for ways to make quick money and swindle people out of out of their money. What he would do sometimes is mail letters, contact people overseas to try and like come up with some of these schemes to maybe bilk them of their money. And what he received on one occasion, I think it was from Italy, they responded saying they wanted more information from one of these schemes. What they did is they sent what's called an international reply coupon.
Oh.
So basically it's the postage to send back. So it occurred to him, because he had this kind of mind, that this international reply coupon was based on the foreign currency. And if a foreign currency is going to devalue, then it increases, and so on. So he wanted to play it just like foreign currencies. And so he was telling people, I can get you 50% return on your money in 45 days, or 100% of your money profit in 90 days. And so that's what he did. I think he started with $5,000. And he did that, and it worked. He got the international reply coupons and traded them in. He used that money then to I shouldn't say. He used then the future people's money to pay off the first people.
Right.
Because that's what you do. You build on it. You get the latecomers to pay off the newcomers, and then it goes on and on and on. He ended up selling so many international reply coupons, far, far, far more than the entire country had ever printed.
Oh, wow.
At the time that it all collapsed, Italy would have needed to send over a freight car full of little coupons for international. So it all completely collapsed. He went to jail. He got out of jail. And then I think Michigan put him back in prison for larceny. And he got out of that and something else. And then they shipped him back to Italy.
Wow.
That's Charles Ponzi.
Did he actually make a lot of money, though? Or was it just all part of the scheme? And
I don't think he made a huge amount of money. That's a good question. I think he made enough money to live the lifestyle he wanted for that very limited period of time.
Fabulous. So Charles
Yeah, you can't.
Ponzi.
It's hard to look dapper in prison stripes.
Well, he looked pretty good in that picture.
He was
there,
a dapper fellow.
All right, this next word that I have is, well, it came from a friend who had been to a local charity in Bismarck area, in our area, called Kitty City. Have you ever heard of Kitty City? It's part of Triple H Miniature Horse Rescue.
Okay.
And she saw the word on a fundraising t-shirt and shared it with me. And the word is, it is called Ailurophile. Ailurophile. Ailurophile.
Yes.
Ailurophile. And it is a fancier of cats. That is what you are called if you love cats. The word ailurophile has only been documented in English since the early 1900s. Ailurophiles have been around for thousands of years. The ancient Egyptians, of course, were big cat lovers and pampering and adorning the felines and honoring them in art, as you may remember, and things like that. But the English word ailurophile does not descend from Egyptian. It actually rather comes from the Greek word ailuros, which means cat, and the suffix phile, meaning lover.
Yep.
Cat, lover. If Egyptian cat-loving sentiments leave you cold and you're more sympathetic to medieval Europeans who regarded cats as wicked agents of evil, I remember that cat that you showed, the evil cat. I will never be able to not unsee that cat that he put on this video. Anyway, these are my favorite parts of this, though. The neighborhood children only saw the ailurophile as a nutty cat lady. Although she does love cats, the ailurophile doesn't have any pets at this time, and the ailurophile loves cats more than people, so she never married or had children. Total cat lady. Cat lady.
That's a little over.
Sorry.
Okay.
So this was the t-shirt. I'm a Kitty City ailurophile. Right.
So, cat lady. Now you say ailurophile.
Yes.
So listen, I have one more.
Okay.
Bring up the graphic. Social Security, because we're talking about Ponzi schemes. Social Security, the most successful Ponzi scheme in history. Generational hijacking has become the third rail of politics, in large part because seniors want to believe that they paid their own way, but they have not.
That's right.
They've only paid for a part of what they get. The rest has indeed been a Ponzi scheme, and Social Security is already revealing the future cannot be put off forever, however much wishful thinking is involved. We can have some future segments on that, the nature of Social Security being a Ponzi scheme.
That would be a great topic.
Yes.
All right. When we come back, not a great topic, we will talk about executive orders again. Woohoo!
There's nothing more important than family. And at Prairie Rose Family Dentists, we get it. That's why we have more locations, more dentists, specialists, extended hours, pediatric clinics, and even emergency appointments, so you can always be seen. Book your appointment today at prairierosedentist.com. Prairie Rose Family Dentists. We are family.
Deciding how to promote your business can be hard. Visit the professionals at Dakota Promotions and Printing and let them help you through your struggle. Dakota Promotions provides promotional items and apparel, from corporate gifts to team shirts and everything in between. With quick turnaround times and friendly service, they are your best choice. And best yet, you're shopping local. Visit them online at dakotapromo.com or stop in their showroom at 320 West Main in Mandan. Dakota Promotions, delivering promotions just for you.
Hi, I'm Dennis Haugen, along with my sons Andy and Mike, and we're showing our support for wind energy in North Dakota.
Wind energy has provided farmers like us with a steady stream of income that's not tied to the weather, like crops and cattle are.
Another bonus is that wind farm owners are required to maintain the roads leading up to the turbines. Because of that, oftentimes these roads are the best in the county. Wind energy is good for landowners, it's good for the land, it's good for our economy, and it's good for North Dakota.
40 years ago, Aero Service Team started with one truck and lots of hard work.
Times may have changed, but the hard work that we put in to get your lives back in order after fire, water, and disaster hasn't.
Over the years, we've seen so many families lose their belongings due to water and fire damage. Restoring homes back to the original state has made every hour of hard work well worth it.
Thank you for trusting our family with yours.
When disaster strikes, you only have to make one call. Aero Service Team does it all.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Now is the best time to plan for your 2021 farm equipment needs. North Dakota-based Summers Manufacturing is currently offering early order savings. Take advantage of big savings on North America's broadest tillage line, including the Super Coulter Samurai and the innovative VRT Renegade, as well as the best-built, best-backed land rollers in the industry. Talk to your Summers dealer today or go to summersmfg.com to learn more about early order savings available on all Summers equipment.
Welcome back. No apologies on Beck. We are on segment 5. Thank you for sticking with us.
I know I should
thus
probably
far.
not promo it by going, and then we have I know.
Yeah,
like,
it's a little down.
I'm sorry about that.
I think you're giving subconscious suggestions for people to get up and.
Turn the
Oh wait,
channel, I'm
nobody
sorry.
gets up. They're to.
Right,
Okay.
sorry. Okay, so the thing about executive orders is that they are numerous. The new president, when he was in his first day in office, did what, 20 in the first day? And we're on number 33 at this point. And so we haven't even gotten through all of them. And he keeps adding executive orders as we go, too. So I don't know, will we ever catch up? I mean, he keeps adding
Eventually
them.
we will.
I hope so. What we are doing is we are kind of going through them one by one so that people know what's going on. Truthfully, not a lot of press about these executive orders.
Right.
In fact, no press, especially in the mainstream media, on these things. So we're presenting them to you so that you know. So let's start. This is the 33rd executive order. Let's take a look at it.
Memorandum on tribal consultation and strengthening nation-to-nation relationships. In it, it says, our nation faces crises related to health, the economy, racial justice, and climate change, all of which disproportionately harm Native Americans. History demonstrates that we best serve Native American people when tribal governments are empowered to lead their communities and when federal officials speak with and listen to tribal leaders in formulating federal policy that affects tribal nations. Well, this is another one I'm going to call BS.
Well, my question is, why are we stating the obvious in this one?
Right.
I mean, what's the point of it?
Well, they're catering. They're pandering.
It's all pandering.
It's pandering because they have no intentions whatsoever of doing anything that is truly going to help the Native American population.
Exactly.
All of this crap, and I hear it in state government too, for tribal sovereignty and self-governance. What a load of crap. You can say it, it doesn't make it true. They are not sovereign because if they were sovereign, they wouldn't need to come to the federal government for permission for everything. It's a farce. Everyone knows it, but you keep saying it.
It's true.
Self-governance, my butt. There is no self-governance. This is a lie built on a lie built on a lie, and it never ends. You have this heavy interference with federal government. They talk in here about how 200 years of this or that. Look where the Native American people are on the reservations. Look at their situation. Look at society. Increased alcohol. So,
exactly.
Oh, hey, you know what? We're going to help because you have all of these problems. They have all of these problems because you've been helping.
Exactly.
Stop
Too much
helping.
Like, stop. Yeah, that's exactly right, too. A detailed plan to include tribal voices, they say. And this is the ultimate
blah,
in pandering.
blah,
Blah,
flipping
blah,
blah.
blah, blah. Yeah, that's exactly right, too. So.
It just makes me sick. The tribal people have essentially been put in shackles of dependency, and I talk about dependency in the sense that they do not have self-government. I don't care what you say. They've been put into that position by the federal government. It's an atrocity. Many, if not most, of the reservations are little third world countries within our country. And if you find that acceptable, I find that abhorrent. If you think that doing the same type of federal regulations and interventions that we've done for 200 years is somehow going to help them out of the mess that those types of policies created, you're an idiot.
Is that wrong? No, it is. It's very frustrating, too. It's like nothing ever changes, and yet this constant pandering. And why? There's no reason for this entire executive order. Nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change.
No, all of this, I can't even really talk about it because it's all crap. It's all just lip service.
All right, let's
it's all
move
lip
on.
service
Let's
as though that somehow is going to placate once again, for the millionth time, the Native American people to be happy, be quiet, and just take what you get.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Federal
please vote
Government.
for us, too, by the way. Please vote for us, too. Okay, so let's go on to number 34. This one is an executive order on reforming our incarceration system to eliminate the use of privately operated criminal detention facilities. Privately operated. So this one says more than 2 million people are currently incarcerated in the United States, including a disproportionate number of people of color. Wow, that's never been said in an executive order ever before. There is broad consensus that our current system of mass incarceration imposes significant costs and hardships on our society and communities and does not make us safer. So they're saying that incarceration does not make us safer in this one, which is really an interesting angle when I think about that. That makes no sense to me
and
either.
I'm one, sometimes my fellow Republican conservative folks are confused because I tend to be one that is I guess you'd say more libertarian, where prison should be used to keep people away from the rest of society, to keep the rest of society safe.
Understood.
But our prisons are being populated with many times victimless crimes, or many times crimes in which there could be other forms of restitution.
I see.
And it's filled with these types of people. They talk about trying to phase out reliance on privately operated criminal detention facilities as a way to overall decrease the prison population. Stop sending people to prison that are there because of gambling or prostitution or drug use. These are things that hurt the individual. Don't send them to prison because they hurt themselves, because they make bad choices. That doesn't put the rest of society at risk.
Makes sense.
Keep those people out of prison. Find means of restitution. Sending someone to prison does not give a victim restitution.
Right. Well, here's another one of these slides, too. And this one says the Attorney General shall not renew Department of Justice contracts with privately operated criminal detention facilities as consistent with applicable law. So they're saying that the contracts are going to be dismissed and no longer honored. Is that the point of this? That makes no sense to me either. I don't understand this.
Now, I will say, and I'd have to look into it a little bit more, but overall, most of the things that government does, I think, private business should be doing and would be doing better. I think you can have a very good, robust argument on whether the prison system is something that should be privatized. Because, again, I think a private business would do it better, but there'd have to be some means of disincentivizing keeping prisoners in prison or incarcerating additional people. But it's kind of it's an interesting canard.
You were talking about keeping people in prison for victimless crimes and lesser things. And it seems to me that that is one thing that President Trump was pretty good about doing, is he was letting people out of prison because of various things that they had done. And I thought that was a really good policy. I know the Alice Johnsons of the world were released, and that was a
absolutely.
Was a big deal too.
And that's what needs to happen. North Dakota built a huge prison expansion, and it was filled within, I think, 2 years. Right. If you build it, they'll fill it, man. They will fill it.
Well, join us next time on No Apologies with Becker. We will be doing some more brain food again tomorrow, and we will also be going to knock out some more of those executive orders. And they'll be good. Join us next time.
There it is.
Knew it. Seriously.
Ialurophile.
Oh, I cannot unsee that.